What's going on, everybody? It's Retro Handhelds 24. So yesterday I was having troubles with the RPCSX emulator on the Mini, or in this case it would be like the Odin 2 Pro. I had the alpha build on, so I had to uninstall it and uninstall the official version, and then reinstall the official version and reinstall games to see if I could get games to actually launch. And they do work, so that's good news. Let's see. I'm going to leave the settings at default for what it comes with. So the preferred SPU threads I have at 0. I'm not going to change anything. I have frame limit to auto, in fact. I did disable the MSA, but I guess you could leave that on. You know what? For this video, we'll put it on too, because that's at default. We're going to just try everything at default. And as you can see, at default, the resolution scale is at 100. So that's going to be most likely 1080p. Even if you change it, it's still 1080p. And we'll load up this game. So for like audio and all that, enable buffering is automatically on because that's at default. So we'll just leave everything as is, and we'll see if there's an improvement with performance just out of the box. And again, this game wouldn't load up on the RPCS3 emulator, but it works fine on the RPCSX new version. And I have no settings on. So we'll do Darth Vader, but I'm noticing that I'm not hearing any sound, so let's go here. And we'll start tweaking settings as we go. See, they have it enabled. So I'm going to turn it off. And then we'll close it out. I got some games. I got a lot of games on here, but I have to still do the process of the compiling of shaders and modules and whatnot. So not all of them are like officially installed, but this one is. And we took buffering off. So yeah, now we got sound. So that's one setting you could turn off. But as you saw before the video and everything else, I left as is. Actually, there was one setting I changed, but that was the cache limit. I changed it to 10,240 because that was recommended online. I don't know. I mean, look at that. It looks amazing, right? It wasn't working before, now it does. And I thought I had to use my Snapdragon Gen 3 chip to get games working, but that's not the case. It's just... And even shaders, I think it's at default at high, so you could drop that too to auto or low to help with the CPU if you have trouble running a game. But we're going to try to keep this as basic as possible just for new users, you know, just to see what they actually need to do to get games to at least load on an Odin 2 Pro or an Odin 2 Max or an Odin 2, I'm assuming base would probably handle this fine too. And if you watch the last part of my video showing off the RAM swap, and on the Legion Go it's 9 gigs, so 16 plus 9, I got 25 gigs theoretically on that I was like, okay, everything's gonna work, and it still didn't. So it's not the most powerful chip out there. As of right now, it's the Elite for ARM based, but it's like it's up there. It's more powerful than this chip with more RAM. So, but that doesn't necessarily matter. All right, so as you can see, this game looks beautiful, works fine. There's little crackling going on with the audio, but you know, without enabling buffering for the audio works right away. So we'll get out of this. All right. I didn't load this one. I got kind of close to loading this one. So before, this game wouldn't work. It wouldn't load up in RPCSX on my portal, and that's, you know, the main device I was using to test out this emulator. This and the mini, but I was trying to use smaller games on the mini. Just because it's a mini device, it's the same chipset and everything. But look, it loads. We'll do Apprentice. And the weird thing about this too, I don't know if it's going to do it right now, is that you'll get to sometimes, maybe not right now, but sometimes it'll push through for whatever reason. It doesn't look like it's pushing through right now. So we'll close it out, open it again. Just to be safe, I'll put this on not max, but sport. Turn that fan up, go back, close this out, load it back up. And what I'll do too, once it loads, okay, so we'll go here. Also, I'm using the revision 6 of the 25, but more importantly, we'll change shader precision to auto. So auto is actually the lowest. And we'll see if that helps. Sure enough, it does. Alright, this intro is forever, so I'm going to pause it and then we'll get to the gameplay. Actually, well, I'll let it load. So, I just want to take a minute to talk about Nintendo Switch 2. So, with the tariffs and everything, you know, it is what it is. It kind of sucks. However, since Nintendo's shipping most of them out to the US from Vietnam, the tariffs are only going to be 10%, which will like boost the system from, like, if you get the base model 450 to pretty much like 500. However, if you guys like are interested in getting it, and if you are able to do a pre-order once they're available, keep in mind that like the PlayStation 5 Pro is $200 more than the PlayStation 5. Granted, it's a different system, but everybody wanted a Switch Pro. And when you think about it, if these tariffs weren't in place and yada yada, $450 versus $350 is only $100 more. Plus the dock and all the things that you can do to it, and how they're comparing like PS5 games to Nintendo Switch games. You know, obviously it's not going to be quite the same, but it's pretty close. All right, so I feel like the hardware alone is a great deal. Theoretically, if it were to stay as it was, not go up because of tariffs. And also it costs Nintendo $400 to make the Switch too. Like each unit is like $400 to make. So they're selling it at a loss. And then with the tariffs, if they just go up like to 10% and they eat the loss, it's going to be a loss altogether. So I'll give them that. However, the games I don't agree with. Like Mario Kart 8 should not be $80. You know it's going to be like a game that's going to keep going with DLC and all that, but it's still outrageously expensive. And probably now you should start investing in a micro SD express card. They got them on sale on Amazon for like $256. The Lexar one is like just under $50. That's a good deal. You should grab it now before they sell out. Yeah, I mean, you should grab those in general just to run PS3 games, because that's what I'm going to do. Because this little guy, it's already filled with, like, to the rim, and you can't run them on the... Can't run this app on a micro SD card, right? And the app is eating up all the space because you install the games, they stay there, you delete them, the app just grows. So, word of advice, just invest into a micro SD card, express card now, while you can. So, I don't know if... Yeah, okay. So this game might require setting changes. I didn't prepare for that. Just wanted to show that it loads now. We'll try Dead or Alive 5. Nope. Nope, that game doesn't load. Try Call of Duty. So what I've noticed from testing with just this little guy, getting games to boot and stuff with having nothing on, because I'm going to keep it as simple as possible, is like you see, the games will load right away. And you don't need turbo mode, you don't need anything. Maybe change the CPU driver. And they'll work. Because whatever they did, they boosted the performance. However, if you tweak settings, it will, like in a lot of cases, it'll work against you and the game will crash. So it's best to just leave things off. And now, like, if it's gonna do all this, oh, I can't skip this. All right. So while that's loading again, it might crash the system, and if you change anything, like if you put strict rendering mode on to fix graphical issues, I was getting this game to run normal, and then it dropped dramatically. But the glitch, like the graphical glitches, were gone. Now it's very noticeable. Before it was like, yay, the game booted, and yeah, you could get rid of these graphics. So whatever they did to the emulator, they improved the performance to make it run almost at full speed, or close to it, with nothing on. And then once you start tweaking settings, that's when you see that your frames, like, it'll be like close to 60, it'll drop to like 20 or 10. And you're like, oh man. So here, I'll let this load up and then we'll get to it. Okay. So right away, this game works, but does it play good? No. Do I have to pick up more stuff? Okay. I mean, this is why I wanted to play this, because the Mini has the bumpers. And the FPS isn't terrible. How many times I gotta do this? Okay. I mean, clearly I gotta do this faster. Okay. But say we had like that box is flickering, right? Let me show you something. And we're getting like 30, close to it. Let's go to settings, advanced settings, go to video, and we'll just turn on right color buffers, right? Nothing else is on. We'll turn that on. For some reason, shader precision went back to high. Again, you're gonna have to recheck settings before loading things up. All right. Let's look at that. Our frames are the same. They haven't dropped, right? But you see that box is still flickering. All right, man. I don't want to deal with that, right? So we'll go back. We'll go here. We'll go to video. And they're like, okay, let's use strict rendering mode. Turn off, turn on. The box stopped flickering. But there's this over there. Oh no, that stopped flickering too. All right, let's try to actually beat this. But now our frames will drop because that rendering mode is on. Not so much if we stay in one spot, but as you can see, it takes a toll. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I moved it. Oh, I missed it. Okay, cool. Alright. Oh, will this guy let me go? See, so if we go back, go to video, and we'll turn right color buffers off, and then we'll turn strict rendering mode off. That might help with performance. Like I said, I'm going to leave the settings as is as much as possible for default. But I don't know about this game because I'm not sure what else they want me to do here. Oh, I gotta take that. Probably gonna teach me how to throw grenades and stuff. Alright. Alright, now I moved. Okay, so now watch. See, we're averaging about 8 or 12 frames a second. So this is unplayable, but it loaded up. Alright, and the performance is up in the air. I'm not sure if it'll get better if we keep playing, or if it'll crash. But either way, that game is a work in progress. It's just I don't want to tweak any of the settings just yet to get things going before, because whatever they did, they made it so to the point where they improved the performance. This is Street Fighter, I think. At least I thought it was. But if you mess with anything, like you've just seen, games won't load. So I'm trying to do everything where it's just keeping it at minimum list as possible. Nope. So I don't know if this has to do with so we'll change this to 2, right? We'll start using the preferred settings, and we'll go to video, and we'll change just to low, and we'll see if that helps. And then again, just close it out, open it again, and see if that does anything else. Nope. So that was Street Fighter and was working yesterday, but now it's not. I don't know if that's because of the cache size. I don't think that would be the case. Same thing with Dead or Alive. Just see, that doesn't load. So I'm still working on it, but I did get Star Wars to load up as well as Modern Warfare 2, and Soul Calibur works right away. The rest of these I have to install, but I just wanted to show that off. Like, I had to reinstall this and reinstall games, and again, all these are not fully installed, like Blur, Dragon Ball Z's, Alice, and then Jurassic Hunted, The Hunted. Still got to install those, but this didn't load correctly, but that's Street Fighter Tekken. That worked yesterday. I don't know what I did to change it, and then Dead or Alive was working too. Didn't know what I did to change it, but now they don't load. So this is the issue I was running into when I first had this game, or the RPCSX emulator set up. It's still a work in progress, especially for the Gen 2, where it'll most likely work with Gen 3. But a lot of these settings you don't need to tinker with so much anymore. We could try one thing though. We can change this to what they were recommending was 60, right? And then They also recommended to put right color buffers on. I'm not going to do that. And then we'll see if that makes a difference for this one. Nope. Nope. So yeah, still work in progress. I got to figure out more settings, but I just wanted to show you off that some games will just load if you have nothing set up versus other games still need to tinker with to see what we need to do. If we need to apply the old settings or if the new settings are just recommended, just keep it as is, or if there's an additional step to get most games working out of the box. And again, I was using this as a turnip driver, the revision 25. You know what, we'll do this. We'll I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. I wish they would just title these, you know. I have them on my device, I just feel like this is faster. No, I don't want that one either. We'll try Biosensor. See, I think because I was using revision 1 before, even though this is Biosensor 1, but then I set everything to, I took everything out and I set everything to the normal, because I wanted to showcase this off, which is the normal settings. But yeah, here we go, got it to work. Had to change the, see that new revision 25, revision 6, still not like the best. You gotta like play around with it. And also I changed the resolution scale to 60, so this game's gonna look all kinds of messed up. See the green stuff? I know, we can fix this really easy. But in order to fix it, I want to see if it will even load to where we want to go though first. Alright. Alright, before we got 30 frames, so let's see if it's improved with the new version. No, this game's still unplayable. Alright, and she was my butt. So, we're gonna fix that right away. Go to video. Right. Resolution scale. Oh, hate that I can't see what I'm writing. And we go back, 100. Go back, go back, go back, and play. Ugh. I was hoping that the performance on this game would improve, but I was real tired last night after making that video, and then just loading things up on the mini again, doing this, and I didn't really get a chance to get to the gameplay just to see if it would start up. And I was pretty sure I was using revision 1. We see how all the green stuff is gone? We just moved it to 100% because this is how this game has to be played. If you lower the internal resolution, the game develops graphical issues. But as you can see, it's still not playable. It's supposed to be running at clean 60. You can't play this at, as you can see. And maybe we could get better in performance if we tweak the settings. Like, I don't want to put anything on. We'll do force, this might crash. And we'll put multi-thread X on. And then we'll go here. Go to video, Vulkan, and this we'll put up there too. So we did 3 things right now to see if we would improve performance. So if it doesn't just work out of the box, it's probably these things are gonna see. Hold on, we still got music, so maybe we go here. We'll do that one, but we'll turn this one off. Nah, it still crashed. So yeah, anything you change will just crash the game now. Well, the stuff that's supposed to help with performance, and you don't need to put it in turbo mode. And I'll show you that really quick too. So we'll go to video. We're going to turn off all that stuff we had on, right? Because the game did need it to load up. And we'll go to Vulkan, because I had that other mode on. Turn that off, right? I also have sharpening down to 0. Performance overlay. No, it's not there. Hold on, I'm forgetting what I was gonna do. What was I gonna do? I forgot what I was gonna do. Oh man. Was it miscellaneous? No. Or was it core? Would have been core. I was gonna show you something else, but I forgot. No need to tweak the clock speed. I mean, we can try, see if that helps. But again, oh, turbo mode is what I wanted to show you. Thank God I remembered. Alright, so turbo mode is going to be all the way down. It's going to be a Vulkan custom driver. So we'll turn on turbo mode, right? Nothing else is on, right? It's everything is set to standard. And then we'll go back, go here, and we'll load up Dead or Alive. And we're using the MK1 Biosensor driver. Oh no, I want to remember. I wanted to show you where the cache was that I changed from what it normally has. It's like 5,000 something. I changed it to 10,000. Alright, so turbo mode's on. Let's see if this improves performance. You know, I haven't tried it yet, other than when I first downloaded the app and everything, and no. I'll go fight. Ooh, frame rate. Oh, we gotta actually get to gameplay. Can't say it's going to stay at 60. And no, nothing's changed. This is turbo mode. So again, this game is just not playable. It's running at half speed. Even at max, we still get under what we're supposed to get. Our frames did go up, I would say about maybe 4 frames on the average. Maybe 1 frame. It's a very minimum improvement. You can't drop the res on this game because you need the resolution scale to be at 100 so it looks clear without the green lines. The only thing else I can think of that would help is if like we'll drop this to the lowest, right? We'll do 724/80. And you're not going to see a difference because the resolution scale is at 100%. Our frames did go up though a little bit. It's almost playable. So our max went up to 70, which is good. Our average went up to 36, but you still need a clean 60 to play this fighting game. There is improvement though versus the old emulator. And I didn't do much other than drop the resolution, even though it doesn't matter, I want to say, because it still looks like it's at 1080. But there is improvement. I will say that. I'd have to do way more testing with different drivers because I haven't used this one that much anymore. Keep thinking that the revision 25 is going to just be it, and I thought revision 6 was going to be it for the Odins. It's like this is old and it's still getting above 30, sometimes even the 40s, but again we need 60. But yeah, I just wanted to go over those settings with you because I was able obviously to get things working on here. I'm just not turning on all the settings I had on the original version, and as you can see, like that's 1080. There's no way that's, you know, the whatever 724 whatever 420, and that's because the resolution scale is at 100. If we change it to 60 to get better performance, you'll get those graphical issues on a lot of games where the green stuff will show up. You don't need to put strict rendering mode because that'll drop your frames. Just put the resolution scale to 100, but I think 100 again is going to make the screen 1080p. I think that's how it works in the PC version. So I'm not sure what the point of this is, like the resolution, because that was clearly a lot higher than 720 versus 480. But our frames per second did go up, so I recommend keeping this at 480 if you have the resolution scale at 100. Maybe I got this one loaded. No, we'll have to wait. We're not waiting. Have to do that later. Maybe this one will work now. Sure enough, it does. All right, this is my bad, guys. That's my bad for putting faith in the turnip driver. This game, as long as everything works, it's gonna work just fine. Oh my god, how did I do this before? Yes. Alright. No. Okay. And this game works a lot better than it did the first time on the RPCS3 emulator. Oh, we're gonna give Ryu. Oh no. And we're gonna do Yogi Bear. Cause fuck that guy. To the dinosaurs. But remember, things been like loaded incorrectly. Now it works clean, fast. So I'm not putting the emulator down. There's a lot of improvements. It's just, it's like starting from scratch with playing around with seeing what works. Oh my god. There you go. I should really like learn how to switch characters so it can last longer. What? Where's kick? There you go. Oh, that's not good. How much life do I have? Should probably, one of these days I'm gonna read the tutorial on how to play. But there's no glitching. There's no graphical issues. Shaders on, I think, low. I think we put them in low. We'll check after this. After I lose. What do I do again? Fuck you. You're not going to get my picnic basket. We're gonna be cheap. You know we are. Oh, I got it. I don't know if I need to really show off anymore. It works. It's clean 62 and 1080p. So this game, I'm trying to focus on this system to play fighting games because it just has the D-pad. Not that That's what they're looking. I wish I knew more moves too. I mean, so those settings that we were doing before, I was kind of testing this out with you guys before showing it off. It's just I got games to load, and like I always do, I just want to show that they work and then play with the settings later to get them working better. But as you saw, like it really does come down to not changing much. You could put it in turbo mode, but you got to find the right driver that loads the game up, because as you saw before, games weren't loading before with the 25 revision 6, and you know that's supposed to be the most recent turnip driver that everyone's going to go to. In fact, I put it on YouTube to share with everybody because I figured it would be fixed. But the one we're using right now is the MK1, and this one's old, right? I have the version 2, and then revision 1 of 25 is what I was mainly using before, because that weren't just had like the same type of performance. So it's all going to be up in the air. But if you made this far, thanks so much for watching. I'll try to put up another video tomorrow with better settings to get games working. For now, if you're having trouble with loading a game, I recommend at this point just use the Biosensor MK1. It loaded up Dead or Alive 5, and this is supposed to be, again, Street Fighter versus Tekken right away. Might even get Star Wars Force Unleashed working thoroughly with that driver. It's just, it all comes down to testing games out, loading them in, and see what works. Right away, if your game crashes, it doesn't load up right away, just change the driver. And from what we just seen together, The MK1 biosensor seems to work just great, and this is with turbo mode on, so the frames are very high, frame limits off. We're starting to get in the hang of things where it's becoming more familiar like the old version of the emulator, RPS3. So I'll play around with this more later today and see what else I could get working, but for now just use the MK1 biosensor. That seems to be working just fine. Or also 25.1 revision 1. Use that one. That one worked with that's how I had these games working last night too. And you saw clearly they didn't load up with 25.1 revision 6. Just get rid of that. So thank you again so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.